And we are live. Hey, guys, I'm Wolfie, and today we're going to get into a lot of news about the 49ers and the 49ers versus the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. It should be awesome. I'm actually looking forward to it. It is a defining game. Whoever loses this game needs to sell. Sell. Whoever loses this game, 49ers, you need to sell. Cowboys, if you lose this game, you need to sell. It is over for us freaks. I'm calling the freaks what is it? The Cowboys and 49ers. All right. Whoever loses that game, it's time to sell, dog. It's time to sell. All right. Sorry, let's get some of my things in order here. And before we start it off, please like the live. It helps me out a lot. So if you end up liking the content, I go live just about every day, or at least every other day these days. And I make content every single day, even if it's just one short. I try to just every day give you guys a little something. You know what I mean? Sam in the house. Welcome. Good to see you. Hope your day was good. Number one thing that we're going to go ahead and jump into is, of course, the first thing we always get into first, which is the injury report of the San Francisco 49ers. And before I show you that injury report, we got some news on that front that we've heard throughout the week. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Debo is back. Whoop, whoop. George Kittle is back. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's go. I'm super happy for Debo, man. Usually pneumonia can knock you out for like a week or whatever. But nah, man, dude's superhuman. He's coming back. I like seeing that. And then what else we got? Kittle's back. Debo's back. Juan, though, sad face, probably isn't going to play. He's got a hip pointer injury right now that he's dealing with. And hips are a pretty big deal when you need to cut, move, and jump around. So it's not like a torn ligament in your finger where you could just kind of like throw a cast on it and call it good. Hip injuries are a pretty big deal, man. I mean, I'm 36 years old, so trying to get up from the bed, and oh my God. I know that's like, man, hips suck. So, Hufanga is, so speaking of the torn ligament in the finger, because we just got done talking about one, his hip pointer, probably not going to play. Hufanga tore a ligament in his hand, as we all know, went into IR against the Cardinals. Well, it turns out Mike Silver originally reported that his sources says that he will not return this year due to that injury. But his agent, Hufanga's agent, actually came back with a rebuttal and said, no, we actually plan on putting a cast on his finger and he'll keep playing, which I like to hear. I'm not expecting any interceptions or anything. Like, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, like, your hand's kind of a big deal. You need your finger to catch the ball. But outside of that, you know, he wasn't doing too hot when he came back into the game anyway. I didn't think that he was that good. He still needed time to get back to his old self. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great either when he came back. So hopefully, in my opinion, awesome that he's going to come back in a few weeks. But if he does come back in a few weeks, I'd much rather see Malik Mustafa and Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown get more of the reps, even George Odom, even just because they've been with the team throughout training camp, through preseason, and they're just a lot more prepared than Hufanga is. So hopefully Hufanga is just used as a backup. I will point this out. I do not think the 49ers are going to re-sign Hufanga. I think Hufanga is going to be let go in the offseason, and we're going to lose Hufanga. Thankfully, we have Mustafa and Jair Brown to fill in that gap. So let's go ahead and jump into the injury report real quick of the San Francisco 49ers before we face I was about to say Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, God, that was so sad. Before we face the Cowboys, the game we need to win. We need that W so much. All right. Let me bring it up. Sam, I love your energy, man. Love your energy. Thank you for bringing it. Appreciate it. All right. Here we go. Do I have it? I don't have it up. I don't have it up yet. I don't have it up. There it is. Okay. All right. Kevin Givens, one of our D linemen. Thankfully, we pulled up Evan Anderson from the practice squad. He's officially on the 53-man roster. Kevin Givens did not practice. There is no hey, he's going to be out for weeks or anything like that. It's just, it seems like to be a day-to-day thing. Juwan Jennings, like we just talked about, hip pointer issues. Did not practice. That is day-to-day. Don't expect him to play. So far, these two players are going to be out most likely. Kevin Givens did not practice today, neither did Juwan Jennings. Next up, you got George Kittle. He should play. He's just fine. He was a full participant today, along with Deebo Samuel, a full participant. Then you got George Odom, who should play as well. So we're getting a lot of players back. The only people we end up missing, sorry, let me keep going. Trent Williams, as usual, resting his player, did not practice. Full participation, should be just fine. I want to say this real quick about Trent. He still isn't the same player. He hasn't been the same tackle this year. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I just want to point that out real quick. Like, I understand he's getting rest and stuff like that, but what happened to Trent, man? What happened to Trent? Deebo had an elbow injury, limited. I think he was limited again today. But he should play. He should be just fine. Chris Connolly, limited practice, should play. He should be just fine. Same thing, Jordan Mason, shoulder popped out, it's dislocated or whatever, but he should fine, still be playing. So he's good. So the only players who are not playing this week would be Kevin Givens, Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings is such a clutch wide receiver for Brock Purdy that honestly, he's going to be out there with nobody he really trusts. I mean, I guess Deebo, but you can't trust Deebo to get separation or be a wide receiver. That dude is a yak wide receiver. So Brock Purdy really is not going to have any weapons out there he trusts outside of George Kittle, who, let's be real, he would overcome a foot injury just to play the next week. So he could be injured and slowed down and not be the same player. So that's sad. That's sad to see. Injury report's not good. So we're going to see Ricky Pearsall, Jacob Cowing more so. Chris Connolly is dealing with his ankle, so we're probably, again, going to see more Cowing and Pearsall in this game. This is going to be a Cowing-Pearsall game. Brock Purdy is going to need to get those reps to these wide receivers, and it's not very common for just rookies just to ball out like that. I mean, they have great camps and stuff, but they haven't shown anything all year. This is their time. This is their time to shine. It's going to be Ricky Pearsall's show and the Jacob Cowing show. Like I said, Deebo is not really a wide receiver to me, okay? He's just an after-the-catch kind of type guy. So the only person that Brock Purdy is really going to be able to rely on in the passing game are rookies. And Ronnie Bell. Ronnie Bell. Blah. Trash. I feel like Fungus is going to the Browns. Hey, maybe. He's going to go somewhere. He's just not going to play for the 49ers for sure. So that is your injury report for the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, let's go ahead and jump over to the Dallas Cowboys real quick because there's not good news, but I guess for the 49ers it is like they benefit from it. Bland will not play Sunday. He was expected to be back week 8. He's not back. He's not going to be playing week 8. Dexter Lawrence was possibly going to come back this week. He's not going to play against San Francisco 49ers. Micah Parsons, who hasn't had that great of a year anyway prior to his injury, will not play either. This 49ers offense has a great opportunity to win this game. This 49ers offense has a great opportunity to take advantage of the situation of the Dallas Cowboys. Again, no Lawrence, no Parsons, and no Bland. It's time for the offense to step up. That is all defensive players, starters, they're missing. Those are 3 studs on their defensive side of the ball. Trevon Diggs has not been the same corner this year at all since his injury. He has not been the same. This is a perfect opportunity for the 49ers to get back on track, get the W, and if they win, they need to be buyers before the trade deadline. If they lose, they need to be sellers immediately. Sexy Dexy is on the Cowgirls. No, it's not Dexter Lawrence, but DeMarcus Lawrence. My bad. Thank you for correct. Thank you for letting me know. DeMarcus Lawrence. I get them mixed up all the time. So, all right, that is the injury report. That is your update. Deebo Kittle is back. 1 hip pointer won't play. Hufunga will come back later on in the year. Oh, and Christian McCaffrey. According to Ian Rappaport, should be back week 10. That's not a guarantee. That is just that's what the 49ers see coming. They're seeing they eye a November, I think it was November 10th they said it was. Whatever is the week 10 of the schedule, that's when Christian McCaffrey should be back, hopefully. That's what Ian Rappaport had to say. It's not a guarantee. Anything can happen from now and then, but that is great news because we can use some reinforcement, even though running back really isn't the biggest issue for the 49ers right now. So it's just good to have a guy like that who's a captain who can probably bring this offense, like snap out of it. All right, we need something to revitalize the offense. As for the defense, I can't wait for Dre Greenlaw to come back. Supposedly he's supposed to come back like a few weeks after Christian McCaffrey. It's like week 13, week 14. And hopefully he's the same player. And seeing him on the field, I can only imagine would help that defense because that defense lives off of Greenlaw's energy. All of last year, everything that happened was because of Greenlaw and his fire. I'm not going to lie to you. Fred Warner is amazing, awesome player, but he does not match the energy that Dre Greenlaw has. He does not have that. I don't want to say leadership because Fred does have that leadership, but there's like a spiritual leadership, if that makes sense. It sounds kind of stupid, but like there's this vibe, this energy he gives that just revitalizes the entire defense regardless of the situation they're in. So we desperately need Dre Greenlaw, and hopefully he's the same player. That is the injury report for the San Francisco 49ers before the Sunday night football game against the Dallas fucking Cowgirls. Let's go. All right. Week 10 isn't bad for how bad the injury was. I mean, it's still pretty bad. I mean, at least he's back, but that's still pretty bad. Oh, that's not yours. It's not your fault. You're right. I usually say Dexter Lawrence when I mean DeMarcus Lawrence. So you're not wrong. You're fine. So that was the injury report for the 49ers. Next up, we just got done talking about Christian McCaffrey's return. I actually have that article up. This is what Rappaport had to say. This actually might be the last game where Jordan Mason is the bell cow, according to Rappaport. 49ers have a bye. Christian McCaffrey should start practicing. There's a very good chance that McCaffrey is on the field November 10th, 49ers next game against the Bucs. Against the Buccaneers. All right. So next up, let's talk about. Oh my God, I'm dying over here. My tonsils are acting up again. Fuck. I gotta get them removed. I would have the 49ers over the Cowgirls 1,000. Hey, I see you, man. I see you. That's what I like to see. I love to see it. Let's go. All right. So, give you guys heads up. If I end the live early, it's only because like my tonsils are acting up. I have to get them removed. Like it's becoming too much of an issue. It's like making me have to gag. It's fucking terrible. Anyway, let me get back to talking about sports now. But I just want to give you guys heads up. That's what's happening with me right now. I'm trying to like not let it bother me. All right, 49ers Jets coach Robert Saleh assisting Packers on offense. God damn it. Like they need more help, dude. Like they don't need more help. The Green Bay Packers don't need more help. Yeah, he's turning his back. Him giving the cold shoulder here, you see this here? That's the 49ers. He's got his back turned to the 49ers right here. Robert Saleh is helping out the Green Bay Packers, man. Oh, he's helping the enemy. I get it that Matt LaFleur is best friends with Robert Saleh, so I guess that makes sense. But it really hurts because I feel like Robert Saleh could help us more. I guess the Packers are doing better than the 49ers as of right now. So I guess, like, logically, him going to the Packers, who's his best friend, kind of makes sense. But it just hurts. It just hurts, man. I really wanted Robert Saleh back on this team for any role possible. And I think he could have helped out this offense, even though like Kyle would not let him touch it. So I guess I could see that. God, that really sucks, man. That really sucks. I wanted him back. All right, so let's go ahead and see what they have to say about that. According to Matt LaFleur, who's the Packers OC? The Packers, it's the head coach. Matt LaFleur is the offensive coordinator. I think that's always a good deal to have perspective, that defensive perspective on the side of the ball. So he's just taking a good look at some of the things we're doing. It's a good opportunity for him to learn, also for him to help us and get his perspective on how teams might see us, how they might defend us. Yeah, he doesn't need to learn shit from you, dude. He's a defensive head coach. He doesn't learn a goddamn thing from you. All right? He's helping you. Let's be real. Robert Saleh is the man helping you out. All right? God. LaFleur stressed that Saleh would not be involved with defensive coordinator Jeff Haley's unit, even though his primary background is defensive coach. I don't want to do that. I think Half and our defensive staff have a great thing going right now, and I totally trust them. It's year one. It's got to go through it himself. I mean, if shit hits the fan for their defense, if everything becomes a problem for their defense, you know you got a great defensive head coach ready to sleep right in and do his thing. But anyway, I mean, great for the Packers. If I was the Packers, like if I was a Packers fan, I'd be super happy about this. I'd be super excited. I think this would be the greatest news I've ever heard. I'd be like, yes, our team just got not this much better, but that much better. Okay. God, that really sucks, dude. That really sucks. According to LaFleur, again, how much will he be around the team is a fluid situation, according to LaFleur. I just think it speaks to how much he loves the game of football. Obviously, it's tough when it kind of gets taken away from you, because we all saw that video where not Matt LaFleur, but Robert Saleh was at the grocery store. People was asking, "Hey, was this why you're fired? Hey, you sad?" And he was like, "Hey, you ready to get a coaching job?" And he's like, "God willing." I heard personally that he wanted to take the entire. I heard personally that he wanted to take the entire season off, have the break, the free money, go out and go to Cancun, enjoy himself. Nah, that man loves football. He wants to be back to football. I fucking knew it too, man. I knew that shit wasn't real, dude. I knew that was real. If I don't, okay, I understand why Robert Saleh would be like, hey, I don't want to go back to my old employer with the 49ers. Because going back to your old job when you like, hey, I want to go on to greater things, and going back to it kind of feels weird. So I could see why there'd be some sort of, not animosity, but some like second guessing, hey, should I go back to where I came from? You know? Or should I go somewhere else and try to thrive somewhere else? So I can see where that comes from. Hopefully, Kyle Shanahan got a hold of Robert Saleh and at least offered it to him and say, hey, we love you, man. The fans love you. The team, the players love you. Hey, you want to come back? You want to help us with this? Hopefully that happened. If it didn't, that would suck. And that's a total loss on Kyle Shanahan. Tom Grossi is happy right now. I'd be thrilled. If he ever watches this overseas, I doubt it, but if he ever does, man, congratulations, Tom Grossi. I'm sure you're super happy, man. Well deserved. So, all right, that is Robert Saleh working for the Packers now. Borderline enemy, rivals. What's his best friend? It's his best friend. Whatever. All right, let's go on to the next thing. This one's kind of a big deal because I thought Brock Purdy was able to do audibles at the line of scrimmage, and apparently he can't. He cannot. And keep in mind, this article is by Grant Cohn, so there might be some animosity here. There might be some targeting here. There might be a narrative that's being purposely pushed here. But, yeah. So, hold on. The fuck? 1 second. There. Sorry, 1 second. All right. So apparently Brock Purdy cannot call audibles. Everything is pre-planned. So there is no adjusting at the line if something new is presented to them. I don't like that. I understand that Kyle's supposed to be like this mastermind, like, hey, they're going to do this, they're going to do this after this. But they could do new things. That says a lot. That tells me a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. That makes a lot of sense. Saying, hey, this is the game plan no matter what. Do not try to adjust at the line. Oh, my God. If I'm Brock Purdy, I don't know how he does that. If you're at the line, you're a quarterback, and you know what's going to happen and be like, hey, we didn't prepare for this, but I can't adjust because I don't have that power. He knows he's screwed. He knows he has to get the ball out in a certain amount of time. He knows he has to beat whatever it is they just countered with. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely stupid of Kyle Shanahan. Understand that if Brock Purdy was a rookie or heck, his second year, okay, he needs to get down the playbook. He needs to get used to everything, all that. I understand. But it's year 3. Like, not allowing him to call audibles is some real preschool bullshit. That is actually handcuffing Brock Purdy and his ability to get better. Because being at the line compared to being the sideline, you don't see it the same. Brock Purdy could see a guy and be like, okay, I see this guy stuttering towards me. He's probably gonna come at me here. And then Kyle doesn't see it. Or he can't even adjust. Kyle could see it and can't even adjust. You know what he has to do? Call a timeout to be able to adjust. You're giving this man no ability to audible. Like, that is insane. In a year where you want to give him $60 million, you're not going to be like, hey, how good are you? Can you make my offense better? Or what am I saying? Like, he would never say, oh, fuck, dude. All the shit all the ego stuff, it just feeds into the whole ego thing, the rumor of Kyle's ego. If Brock Purdy cannot call audibles, that means he literally cannot protect himself. He's in the hands of Kyle Shanahan and timeouts. I don't understand that. It's year 3 for the guy. Year 3. And you're not giving him audible abilities, dude. He's a smart quarterback too, man. Like, at least let him try it. Let him go out there and be an audible quarterback. And if he fucks up your offense and makes it worse and he can't do it, fine. Take that away from him. But you're handcuffing his talent. You're handcuffing him. You're preventing him from getting any better than he actually is. That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. How could you do that to my Brock, dude? The Glock. Purdy. Oh my God, dude. That is the biggest L I've ever heard in my entire life. And you know what? Props to Brock Purdy for trying to dance around the question, being like, hey, man, we do all of our research prior. We look at the adjustments. Hey, if they do this, we're going to do this. So, we already know if something happens, we're prepared. They could do something you've never seen before. They could do something you haven't seen and you haven't prepared for, and you're not going to let him fix it? You're not going to let him adjust the offense? You're handcuffing him, dude. You're handcuffing him. He's clearly able to anticipate plays. Oh, dude, I can't. I want to keep saying the same thing over and over and over again because it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. That's frustrating to read. Anyway, this is what Brock Purdy had to say. Why didn't Purdy? This is Brock Purdy responding to the whole audible situation. Okay, so Purdy walked to the line of scrimmage, saw the Kansas City Chiefs had 9 defenders in the box selling out to stop the run. Instead of calling an audible and passing the ball, as most other NFL quarterbacks would do, Purdy simply handed off the ball to Mason, who gained no yards, and the 49ers punted. 9 people in the box, and he doesn't have the ability to be like, hey, this needs to be a pass. Usually we just have an answer built into the play. There is no like, hey, if there's 9 people in the box, how is that not a thing? How is that not a thing? How is it not a thing where, hey, Brock, if there's 9 fucking defenders in the box, audible it to a passing play. And this is the passing play. No, you're saying it's going to be a run no matter what? Like adjust yourself to go up against 9 players in the box. That's it. There's no fixing the play entirely and be like, okay, the run play is just not going to work whatsoever. There's 9 people in the box. It's just not going to happen, regardless of how I adjust player over here, player over here. He cannot change a run to a pass. He can't change a pass to a run. That is fucking crazy, dude. All right. Usually we have just so if we have usually we just have an answer built into the play. And so if we do have like an all-out blitz or something, we usually have an answer of where I should be hitting or where I should be going. There's very rare occasions where we walk up to the line and we go and look and it's, oh, shoot, they got us. And then I'm supposed to randomly make up an audible. You're not supposed to randomly make up an audible. You're supposed to just have an audible ready for something like this. There's nothing like that. We usually always have an answer for pressures, all-out blitzes, things like that. So that's on me to get to the right guy. Nah, bro. No. I understand that you're being a leader. You're being a great quarterback. You're standing your ground for your head coach. But let's be real, man. That is not smart. To not have the ability to audible from a run to a pass or a pass to a run when it's something you've never seen or something you didn't expect. All right, and this is Grant Cohn's translation. So it's his translation is his opinion to this. So you agree to it or not. Again, this translations is an opinion. Okay, so this is his opinion. No, Purdy is not allowed to randomly make up an audible at the line of scrimmage. Shanahan's incredible players are supposed to have answers for everything the defense can throw at the 49ers, except for when Shanahan doesn't have the answers, and all Purdy can do is think, oh, shoot, they got us, and run the play that's due from the start. I fucking hate this, but I agree with that. I agree with his opinion. Time for Shanahan to run the race. Yes. It's pretty much what I just said. You are handcuffing him. Do you want to pay this man $60 million just to do what 100% what you say to do? And you don't even give him a chance? Like, hey, I'm going to try. We're going to test you out. Okay, here's an audible for you. If this happens or whatever, or if you need to run from a run to a pass play, this is what you got to do. Or, hey, whatever you can do, whatever you thought of in that moment, make it happen. And if it doesn't work and you suck at it, we'll work on it, but I'll take over the plays and we'll go back to the old ways. But to not let him try it or to not let him become an elite quarterback, because elite quarterbacks are allowed to do that. Elite quarterbacks can read a defense that's right before them and be like, hey, I haven't seen this before. This is what I got to do. Pull this guy over here, turn it from a run to a pass. $60 million to just do what, no offense, because I do think Brock Purdy's better than this, to just be a yes man? Man, that hurts. That hurts. That absolutely hurts. So that's how I feel about the Brock Purdy not being able to call audibles. That is crazy to me. Shockingly enough, it really hurts me to say this, but I kind of agree with Grant's. God, that really hurt. That hurt. So let's go on, move on to the next thing. You obviously already heard what I had to say about that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is Kyle Shanahan's press conference. Hold on. We got ads. We got ads. Be sure to like the live, guys. My voice is cracked because it's dying right now because of fucking tonsils. Be sure to like the live if you like the live. Sub if you like the content. I'm losing my fucking... But please like the live. Like, sub if you like the content. Of course, man, if you're a hater, of course, like the content because I go live not every single day, but I make content every day giving you an opportunity to hate on me. So just don't make it personal, all right? Hate on the 49ers. Hate on me as a 49ers fan, but there's no need to take personal shots, man. Like, we're in this together, okay? We're in this together, all right? Without the end, there wouldn't be an NFL without haters. Okay, we need haters. Just don't take shots at me, all right? All right. Before we jump, actually, I forgot to adjust this because obviously this is not a thing now, and this was actually going to be a thing at some point. I heard that what is it? The 49ers, according to Ocho Cinco, might get Cooper Kupp prior to that win against the Vikings. Because obviously now, since they beat the Vikings, they're on a momentum run right now. They're a 2-game winning streak. They feel not 2-game winning streak. I think they're whatever. They're 3-4. Okay, and they're feeling themselves. They're in it with the division. They're not necessarily out of it. 49ers are last in the division as of right now. However, we'll see how that goes. But the Rams are back in it. They're feeling themselves. I don't see them making any trades. I don't think they're sellers. Same thing with the 49ers, though. I think that if they were to lose week 8, if the Rams lost week 8, I can see them being sellers. If the 49ers lose against the Dallas Cowboys, they're sellers. If the Dallas Cowboys lose the game, they're sellers. They need to be sellers. They need to move on. The 49ers need to win this game. And if they lose this game, go 3-5, and the way that they're playing, the way the Cowboys are playing, without Bland, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Micah Parsons, and we lose to them, heaven forbid, a fucking blowout, sell. Sell whatever you can, get what you can, and get a head start, not on a rebuild, but on a soft transition to the next era. Now, I've talked about that in plenty of lives where we need to transition to the next era, and this would be a great place to start. Take care, Samuel. Good to see you, man. Take care. All right, so that's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about that. All right. Kyle Shanahan's press conference. Where's that? Where is it at? Come on. What the fuck? Okay, this is a short press conference. All right, here's a very short press conference from Kyle Shanahan. The final updates ahead of the Dallas versus San Francisco 49ers game. Let's do it. Yeah. Hee hee. All right, here we go.
Out. Kevin Givens will be out. Kittle, questionable.
Before I start, Papa J in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Just went through the injury report. Went through Robert Saleh working with the Packers. Went through Christian McCaffrey possibly coming back. And I just went through Brock Purdy's audible situation where you can't call audibles. And I just went through that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And now we're jumping into Kyle Shanahan's final press conference. And we're going to watch the whole thing, and then I'll jump into whatever comments we end up having. I'll jump into the comments. Here we go. All right, let me restart that. There we go. All right.
Guys. All right. Injuries for the game. Jake Moody will be out. Juwan Jennings will be out. Kevin Givens will be out. Kittle, questionable. Odom, questionable. Debo, questionable. Demo, questionable. And that's it. I just have an illness today.
Demo has illness? Damn.
No.
Whoever is like responsible, this is $1 billion company. Okay. I'm probably a bitch about this at least like once a month. Okay. This is $1 billion organization. Okay. Get better mics at the press conference. There's no reason for, I understand there's subtitles. That's great. But how you don't have a mic in 2024 that can pick up every voice in a room is beyond me. I have an excuse. I'm not rich. Okay. I don't have all the money in the world. So there's a reason why I don't have a mic. What's your excuse? That's what I'm saying.
Remarkable recovery. That he's looking pretty good the last 2 practices.
Yeah, he's gotten better each day, and hopefully he continues going that way for Sunday.
What is your guys? What do you know about Talanoa Hufanga? Are you guys expecting him to return this season?
I know he's trying to come back this season. That's what his plan is. That's his hope, and I know he's got a few more weeks at least on IR, and we're going to see how he feels after that and whether he can pull it off or not.
It's not a sure thing.
It's talking about
It's not
Hufanga.
a sure thing, but
Talking about Hufanga.
it's something we're hoping that happens and kind of expecting it to, but it's not for sure. No.
How does that adjust your scheme?
I mean, I just saw that on the way over here, so did a small celebration before I walked in, and but that's it. Makes things better, but still a lot of issues to deal with, and he's a hell of a player.
Does Mooney's play through 7 games?
I thought he had his best game last week. I thought he started off a little bit slow, but I thought it's gotten better and played his best ball last week, and expect him to have his best game on Sunday.
Coach, do you wait up till game time to decide with Debo? And if so, do you have to kind of have mentally 2 game plans, knowing how special and unique his skill set is?
Yes, you do. But, I mean, you got to always have that anyways, just in case someone wakes up sick on Sunday randomly you're not expecting, in case someone gets hurt in the first half. So that's something you're always planning for. And when you know someone's questionable, it's a little easier to plan for it. So it's something we're ready for either way.
This week,
It's gotten better each day. We've gone slow with them. We didn't push him that hard, knowing what the issue is and stuff. But it has gotten better each day, and that's why I'm hoping that continues for Sunday.
You've gone against Zimmer a bunch of times throughout your career. What are some of the characteristics of his defenses?
He's always had a real sound defense. Playing him in Minnesota with that group over the years, playing him when he was in Cincinnati. They've been able to stop the run very well in the past, especially out of 2-shell defenses. Their blitz packages on third down are always, they know what they're doing. They know how to get you in protections and stuff. And they usually eliminate big plays. They're hard to get explosives on. He's always been one of the better ones. Man, easy Friday. All right, guys.
Well, you don't really look energetic, man. You don't really like you're in it. Not gonna lie. You kind of look a little, I don't want to say defeated because you don't look defeated. You look serious. You look absolutely serious. You look like you're just like somebody killed your dog and you need to go out and just take out an entire cartel. Okay. You could tell by the way that dude was standing. He was like, all right, man, I don't want to be here. You don't want to be. Well, I guess you probably want to be here, but like, it sounds to me he's pretty serious about this game. He wants this W, and he's not liking how this, where this team is headed. Just by that vibe, and that's just assumptions, really. But I'm sure I'm not the only one. But I could like it just looks. He's either defeated or he's serious as shit. One of the two. So, all right, that was Kyle Shanahan's final presser before the Dallas versus San Francisco. That is the shortest presser I have ever seen from Kyle Shanahan. I guess not many people have that many questions. Man, so Demo is sick. He's probably going to play. I mean, it's a sickness. Unless he has pneumonia. I think it's just like, unless he has pneumonia or whatever, he'll be fine. Then Juwan Jennings is going to be out for sure. Debo is questionable, but he'll be back for sure. Same thing with Kittle if they all played full practices. If anyone ever plays a full practice, they're playing. It's happened. And that's what Kittle and Debo did. So regardless of Kittle and his ankle situation, he's going to play. I'm pretty confident. So, and especially if Kittle, the way Kittle was talking with like, I think he showed the last time we played him, George Kittle showed like the thing with his, like, he was like, hey, you know, I think he posted something recently too, kind of like glowed about it. Like, hey, we're coming back. So if he's talking like that, I can only assume he's going to play. So I think he feels the pressure. Yes, 110%. He feels the pressure. This is it. He probably knows that if he loses this game, he agrees with the rest of the fans, myself, and I'm sure everyone else would agree with me as well. It's sell time. It's got to get a head start on moving in, transitioning to the next era of this squad. So, yeah, he definitely feels the pressure. If we lose to the Dallas Cowboys, man, 3-5, fourth in the division, it's just not it, man. It's just not it. And that's okay. That's okay. It's not like we're the Panthers. It's not like we're in other situations where we're stuck in a situation. We're not stuck, right? We're not like in a position where the Browns, they're stuck with the whole contract with Deshaun Watson. The Panthers are stuck. They have no answers. We are not stuck. We're just in a shitty situation that most likely, if we lose to the Dallas Cowboys, we need to get a head start on the next transition and do a soft reboot. That's it. There is no rebuild, like tear everything down vibe. It's not like that. It's quite literally just a transition to the next era if we lose this game. That's how I look at it. So, all right, let's go ahead and talk about how much the 49ers are favored. I'm so sick. I understand the 49ers should be favored against Dallas Cowboys. I agree with that one for once. But I'm so tired of us constantly being favored throughout the year, especially against Kansas City. I don't know why we were favored against that team. Just being favorites, I'm so sick and tired of that because we need to start thinking we're underdogs. We need to be underdogs. The 49ers need to tell themselves, hey, we're underdogs this year. We're defying the odds. That's what we have to do. We put ourselves in a big fucking hole, and we got to get ourselves out of it. That's what the 49ers need to do. That's what they need to feel. That's what they need to lean on, that, hey, regardless of what Vegas is saying, 4.5 points, we constantly shoot ourselves in the foot. We're beating ourselves. We cannot pause. We only are good in the second quarter. We are underdogs. They have most likely will come back in the third and fourth quarter. We need to show that we are not that bitch of a team, that we can stand our ground for 4 quarters. That's what needs to happen. And the stars of this team, Bosa, Fred, Trent, Debo, the stars need to get their shit together. We're leaning on you. We need you. The transition of the next stars next year, they're too young, like Mustafa, Jair Brown. The next era, we can't rely on that. It's too soon. It's too soon for them. Demo, too soon. Ward, we need these stars who have been studs for the past 4 or 5 years to show the fuck up. Be captains. Whatever you need to do, go ask Dre Greenlaw how he does it. Hey, man, how are you giving so much energy to everybody all the time? How are you doing it? Because without him, the entire team is affected by it. The entire team is bothered by it. It's not just the defense. It's as if without Dre Greenlaw, everything falls apart. It's resign. I mean, oh my God, dude. I hope he's the same player, and we need him. We need him. I'm going to hit the mountains pretty soon, so I'm going to lose you. As soon as I get back into service, I'll keep listening, though. By the way, you are doing a great job. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, man. It's a lot more happier stream. It's a little more. There's a lot more optimism in this stream than there was the last one. Sorry, the one before that one, because I think I went live. Did I go live Wednesday and Tuesday? I don't remember. But yeah, this live is a lot more optimistic because it's not over. I really hope that, and have a good night. Have a good time at the mountains, man. Have a good time at the mountains. Hope you enjoy yourself. I'm probably gonna get out of here soon, actually, because my tonsils are fucking with me pretty bad. I'm struggling. I'm struggling hard to talk. I think that the 49ers, I hope it didn't get lost when I went on my rant, the last live I went on. I hope this didn't get lost. I still believe the 49ers can be a playoff team. I still think that a 7th seed can win the Super Bowl. It's just that the expectations are no longer there, which suck. It hurts. But like the Rams, they suck too, but they're looking pretty hot. Looking pretty good. They're defying odds right now, and that's what 49ers got to do. They have to understand they're underdogs now. They don't have those expectations anymore, and they need to face that. That's what's happening. And right now, this is a must-win game against the Dallas Cowboys. It's not over. If they lose to the Dallas Cowboys, it's over. All right, I'll accept that. It's time to sell. Time to move on to the next era. Okay? Give Brock Purdy some audibles, for the love of God. If he can't win, like, you might as well punt this year and give him some reins, man. Help him become a better quarterback. Because he's going to have $60 million to his name. He better fucking be able to do audibles. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. It's to have a quarterback where you're cuffing him, so holding back his talent, that super frustrates me. I actually thought Brock Purdy was allowed to do more. I thought Kyle was giving him more. And he is technically, but not more than you expect a normal quarterback to get. You need that person at the line of scrimmage to be able to adjust because you're not going to be able to see everything pre-planned. That's just not going to happen, especially when people are starting to figure out your offense, figure out your adjustments before the game starts. You need to give Brock some power. You need to give him some responsibility beyond doing what he is doing now, which is great, which is being able to read one wide receiver, go to second read, to third read, fourth read, doing some elite shit, elite anticipation stuff. But you got to let him read the defense and adjust the line. So this is a big game. This is bigger than Kansas City. This is big. This is the biggest game of the San Francisco 49ers this year so far. Last week it was not, because the Kansas City Chiefs, to me, were supposed to be favored to win that game. We look dismantled. We look disorganized. We do not look like a team. So, and I don't understand how we were favorites for that game. What was big about that game was that if we won, it was a big deal. If we lost, it just kept saying the same thing. If we lose to the Cowboys, okay, that would hurt. That would be big. That would be like, hey, it's time to because they don't have Bland. They don't have DeMarcus Lawrence. They don't have Micah Parsons. There's no excuse here. Mike Zimmer is washed. The Saints put 44 on this team. Multiple teams have put 40 plus on this squad. And if we can't even do that, let's say the defense, okay, let's say the defense is the reason we lose. Okay, it's a 40, we lose 44-40. Okay, fine. It's not that big of a deal. It sucks. We probably should still sell at that point. But if we outright lose 30-17, I would be frustrated. I would feel bamboozled. I would feel Like I got scammed out of this year to believe that this, because I did believe that we were a better team this year. We were supposed to be on paper, and we're not. Even with Christian McCaffrey out, because Jordan Mason has been a top 10 running back, except for in the red zone. He's been shit. But outside of that, no one's been good in the red zone. Not even him. We need this W. This W would save the team, and we need to score more than 20 points on this squad. I want to see 30-plus points on this squad. There is no excuse for this team to not score touchdowns. Okay? There's no excuse for this team to not score 30 points. That's what I'm expecting. And you know what? That's what I'm expecting based on the fact that this defense is ass. And if we're good and we can win the Super Bowl, this is what we have to do to them. However, the expectation based on what's been happening all year, we're going to suck in the first quarter, be dominant in the second quarter, be up 20 points in the second half, and then just choke it all away because the defense can't complement the offense. It's either that's going to happen or the offense is going to be shit first, second, third, and fourth quarter. That's what's going to happen. That is the story of the entire team. Oh, and special teams, by the way. Garbage. Their special teams isn't bad either. They got good special teams. They have a good special teams. You could almost argue that this should not be a 4.5 game. This should be like a 1.5 favorite game. You could argue the 49ers shouldn't even be favored. You could argue that. And that's crazy because the Cowboys are worse. Not only were they worse all year compared to last year, they're worse on paper before the year started. I expect we're going to lose the Cowboys because we have too many non-starters starting, but I think we're going to turn around after the bye week. That could definitely happen. Usually after the bye week for Kyle Shanahan and this team is usually solid. It's usually solid, but we need this W. We cannot go into the bye week without this W. Especially with the trade deadline being what it is, and be like, should you sacrifice picks and older players? It's such a crucial W. It's a crucial game right before the trade deadline. And I don't expect us to lose against the Cowboys. I don't expect us to lose. I expect us to win because I do not think the 49ers are worse than the Dallas Cowboys. Even through everything that's been happening throughout the year, the Kansas City Chiefs won. That one you could say was expected. They had everything going for themselves, especially against us in general. The Dallas Cowboys, however, we have everything against them. Trends, curses, history, whatever you want to come up with, the team itself right now is better. Everything is better than the Cowboys, except for special teams. There is no excuse for this loss. There's excuses for the Kansas City Chiefs loss. There's no excuse for this one. It's sell or buy based on W or based on loss. We lose, sell. If we win, start buying. Get us a pass rusher. You don't need first-round draft picks. You are doing just fine drafting players in the second, third, and fourth round. We already have, I think I counted, 15 players. There's 22 on offense and defense. 15 players that will be transitioned to the next era. You're just one great draft away from being ready to transition to the next era. One great offseason, I should say, because you got to sign some players too as well. A draft and one offseason away from having the transition you need. You don't need the first-round draft picks because you fucking suck at it. I don't know what it is. Is it because you're looking at injured players too much, being like, hey, this guy's going to be a steal? Or you overthinking the situation entirely, drafting Ricky Pearsall? No offense. But let's be real. Drafting Ricky Pearsall was – it's still a little still look a little Same. But I do think the 49ers are a little hungrier than the Cowboys. Yes, I think so too. I think the Cowboys they're distracted. They are in worse turmoil than us. We're in turmoil, yes, but they are way more issues than us right now, okay? They got way more problems. Might as well trade early draft picks for veteran players. Yeah, you might as well trade what I like what Mike Florio says about this. He has a good point when he says this. Like, they're lottery tickets. And you've been doing just fine on $5 lottery tickets, second, third round, whatever it is. You don't need a $20 lottery ticket when you've lost 2 out of 7, while those two, one is ACL tear, not doing well at all in the first place, and the other one has gone MIA since he got his second contract, which is Nick Bosa. No first-round draft pick has thoroughly been great from start to finish for the San Francisco 49ers in the Kyle Shanahan era. That is fucking crazy. Get rid of those picks. Get a player surefire. Max Crosby, go get yourself Myles Garrett. I'm sure there's other pass rushers out there you can get. Get a defensive tackle. I'm sure you could pick off from the Titans. Jeffrey Simmons, whatever it is. There's teams out there where you could pick them apart for like, hey, here's a pick. We'll take it. Deontay Johnson would help us, the wide receiver for the Panthers. That would be huge. You don't even have to get a first-round draft pick for that guy. It's time. Okay, this is the game. This is the game. It's so big. That's what she said. This is so big. I don't want to lose this game. I really don't want to lose this game. Because what sucks is I'm going to have to go on live every single week because I'm going to keep doing that. I'm not going to give up on my team in the sense that I'm not going to stop reporting about them, talking about them. And even if they lose to the Dallas Cowboys, and this sounds very contradictory when I say this way, I'm still going to root for them. I'm still going to try and root for them to defy the odds. I'm still going to do whatever I can to be a fan, to be a faithful, and be like, hey, just like Papa said, hey, they may lose this game, but afterwards they can get their shit going after the bye. There is still that. I'm still going to believe, but I'm going to change my expectations, if that makes sense. I'm still going to believe. I'm still going to be there for my team. As long as there is a real window, and when that is like, we're not calculated mathematically out of the playoffs, until we're mathematically out of the playoffs, it's all done. Until that happens, I'm not going to give up. But I'm going to tell you the expectations at this point. I'm going to tell you the reality of things. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you to stop believing. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, hey, just because we sold players at the trade deadline, we're going to stop trying to win games. We're going to stop rooting for our team to win. I'm sorry. I'm not into the whole losing so we can get a higher draft pick thing. It's not my thing. So we need to keep believing, still be by our team, regardless of how you feel about Kyle Shanahan, regardless of how you feel about this team. Until we're calculated, till we're completely out of the playoffs and it's over, I'm going to keep believing. Not expecting anymore, believing. Two different things. So, and I hope the 49ers fans out there too understand that. I want to be serious when I have to be serious. I want to be real with you when I have to be real with you. And that's how I see it. But I also still want you to be 49ers fans. I still want you to represent. Because we are bang, bang, Niner gang regardless. And again, we're not the worst team in the NFL. And this is not a rebuild. It is a transition. It is a transition to the next era. We have plenty of studs who are going to possibly turn into superstars. We have those in Jordan Mason, possibly, in Mustafa, Jair Brown, Demo, who else? Possibly Jacob Cowling, Ricky Pearsall. There's still so many great superstars for the next transition. And so it's not like, oh my God, we're not going to the playoffs and it's all over. We should just cry for the next 5 years, blah, blah, blah. No. We're still in it. We're still in it. We're still 49ers fans. We are the faithful, not the hopeful. Exactly. We're going to keep believing until the window is shut. But this is a must win because that changes the expectation and it changes the situation where it's okay, time to sell and work with what you got. Get those rookies those reps they need. And hey, if we start winning games and dominate and we get to the playoffs somehow, that'd be fantastic. When we keep believing, still root for my team, hopefully we go to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. But in the situation, if you lose to the Cowboys, you're 3-5. You need to get a head start on the transition. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. It's not over, but the situation's changed. The situation's changed. The expectation has changed. Malik, a lot, except when facing Mahomes Mustafa. I know. He took it like a champ, though. He took it on the chin pretty good. I don't remember what this meme was, but he posted a meme about it, and I thought that was absolutely hilarious because that was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. I had secondhand embarrassment. I was like, dude, you got trucked by Mahomes. Dude, you got trucked by Mahomes. I'll chat so Papa doesn't have to carry. Hey, one in the house, turning into an OG. What up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm actually about to bounce. The whole hour is about to get up. I got to do some stuff, but this was a better live than I thought it was going to be. You guys are awesome, man. I appreciate you guys. Dad bods are not to be messed with. No doubt. They got that trampoline effect. That fat, man, the fat, you know what I mean? Helps you out. It's technically fat protects your organs and your body. So, there might be something to that. Especially the proof is in the pudding. I've seen muscular man who's super huge get laid out. I just saw dad bod straight up just dominate Malik Mustafa. So, and Malik Mustafa is a rookie. He'll learn to do a lot better and probably learn to take better angles or just you win some. And this is something I learned as a kid. And I will always remember this movie till the day I die. I'll always remember this quote till the day I die. And I've lived with it my entire life. And it's helped me get through a lot of things I'm either embarrassed by, ashamed of, or failed at. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. Friday. I'll never forget it. The greatest advice I've ever gotten as a kid. And that was like my father moment. That was my father moment. Because that dude was like my father in that moment saying, hey, you're not going to win them all. You're going to fail. You're going to be embarrassed at some point. You're going to be shamed. It's going to happen. You win some, you lose some, but keep living. As long as you're living, your heart's still going, you will live to fight another day. There will be another chance to face whatever it is that is embarrassing you or that would embarrass you. You conquer something that you ashamed of. You learn from. You'll get better. You'll conquer that. Just live to fight another day. Just live to fight another. Everything ends. Okay? Your shame, how you feel, your depression, anger, all those emotions you feel, it will end. It will end. Who do you think is going to carry the passing game besides Kittle? God, that is so tough. So other than Kittle, who's going to be the next target? I feel like I just for some reason this name popped in my head, but I feel like they're going to keep trying to get Ronnie Bell involved because Ronnie Bell has more reps than Pearsall, and Cowing hasn't had many reps as Bell. I don't want to say that. I really don't want to fucking say that. You're going to see a lot more Ronnie Bell, guys. We're going to see a lot more Ronnie Bell, I feel like. And hopefully Brock Purdy's going to throw – I think Brock Purdy's going to throw Ricky Pearsall more balls, maybe about 3+ more balls because he already threw him like 2 or 3 of them previous game, and he just joined. But Bell is healthy. He's got more reps. I don't want it to happen, but I could see it. I could see Ronnie Bell getting a lot more reps. I don't want it. I don't want to say that, but I just feel like it. What up, Scott? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Besides Kittle, I just walked some deep-ass talk. Yeah. I just want to – I forgot what I was talking about, but it just called for it. I just want people to know that. If it helps them out and that makes them feel better, especially since there are some youngins that join my live, hopefully that what I said helps them. If it doesn't, fine, whatever. But if it helps one person conquer those issues, then it was all worth it. That means I passed it on to someone else. That's all that matters. All right, Connolly. I thought Connolly, but he's hurt too. He's hurt as well. And if he's playing injured, I can see Brock Purdy not throwing it to him as much, especially since Brock Purdy has been throwing to Bell, it seems, a lot more than Connolly. Like Connolly and Brock had this connection last year, regular season and the playoffs, but it's been non-existent with all these injuries to the wide receiver consistently, with the struggles with Ayuk at the time. I expected Connolly to get a lot more targets. Either he is 32 years old, Connolly is 32. So maybe he's just not the same player that he was last year, and this is just Connolly's down year. That is possible. It could be that he's just not getting open, because that one pass that Brock Purdy threw in the end zone was to Connolly, and he was double covered. So maybe Brock Purdy wants to throw it to Connolly. It's just that Connolly is washed now. Whatever that connection Brock Purdy had with Connolly, it's been washed, if that makes sense. Because I haven't seen him throw to Connolly very much when Connolly's had the opportunity to step up and be that guy. I've seen him throw it to more. I've seen him throw it more to Bronny Bell than Connolly. I've seen him throw it to Pierce Saul more than Connolly. Not Ronnie Bell. I don't want it to be, but it's going to be. I don't want it to be, but it's going to be. I want it to be someone else. That outside George Kittle, but it's going to be him. It's going to be him, dude. They're trying to force the ball to Debo, and then when that doesn't work, they'll throw to whoever hell is open. And I think the next person is going to be Bell. I don't. Reason why I'm not saying Debo is because he's not a guy you rely on in the passing game. He's the guy where, like, hey, if he's open, he's open. Hey, we're going to throw you a ball to your shoulder fade. Hopefully you catch it. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Because there is one thing Bell does do, and I'm not trying to be like, let's praise Bell, but there is one thing he does. He gets separation. He does. He just doesn't catch the ball. He just doesn't do the important part. He does get separation. He can run routes. It's just that he can't catch the ball. You know what I mean? Like, because I've seen him get open. I've seen him make plays. The passes that he's dropping, he's open. Or they're perfect passes wherever position he's in. He just drops them. He just drops them. I support that. Juice. I would love some juice, man. I want to see some juice too. I want to see Juice, Kittle, and Debo ball out. But in the passing game, if you're asking about passing, it's going to be Ronnie Bell. Let's watch. Watch Bell drop a 3-yard. I'm pretty sure he's on a 5-yard. He's dropped a 5-yard in. That was just like the easiest fucking grab in the world, dude. Like, they're not even complex catches. Like, even if, like, let's say he had to reach for it a little bit. They're nothing like that. There's no weird handing grabs. They're in his chest. Don't get me started on receivers catching with their chest. I don't understand that. Like, I saw it yesterday when the Vikings played the Rams. One of them tried catching it with their chest. Stop doing that. Jerry Rice even says, stop doing that. Your chest is a bouncy. It's going to bounce. It doesn't grab onto shit. It doesn't grab anything. Your hands are sticky, not your forearms. When you go like this, your forearms aren't going to magically stick to the ball. It's crazy to me that people aren't doing this. Okay, do this. There's a reason why you're in a route and you cut out in practice with the jugs machine and you're going like this, not like this. I don't understand that. You're a receiver. Use your hands. God, you were dumb. They tried to force the ball at Debo in the Super Bowl. They did. I don't know what that was all about. Ayuk was open multiple times. Juwan Jennings was open multiple times. Chris Conley was open multiple times. I do not understand why the force feed to Debo, why that happened. I don't know. Like, Debo is not a separator, especially last year. Last year, Debo was, if this is what you got to do with Debo. Okay, this thing. Either he's on, either he's going to catch every ball that comes his way despite him being covered or not, or he's going to be complete shit as a wide receiver. In that Super Bowl, when you found out that he was complete shit, in that Super Bowl in quarter one, when you found out he was not the answer, get the fuck away from him. Don't just keep forcing it and forcing it, forcing it, and forcing it. Debo's not that kind of guy. He's not. He's never been a guy who suddenly turns it on in the second half. He's always been who he is from the start of the game. And at the start of the game, if he sucks, he's going to suck for the rest of the game. So I agree. They kept force-feeding Debo over and over and over. The one to McDuffie in the end zone. Why, man? That was unnecessary. Even though I feel like Debo, a good wide receiver like Megatron, not Megatron, but let me think of a less legendary wide receiver. I'm trying to think of an elite wide receiver in general. Would probably be able to catch that ball. Would probably give themselves a good chance to make it a 50-50 ball. If that was Juwan Jennings, I probably would have had a lot more confidence in catching that ball. Because it's 50-50. It was him and McDuffie. Debo is not a 50-50 ball guy. Ayuk is more of a 50-50 ball guy, and I don't think he's that kind of dude. Didn't make any sense to me, man. I think when CMC and Juwan come back week 10, it might give us some moments. I agree, but we have to win this game. We have to win this game. A lot of players are possibly coming back next year. Not next, I say next year. Next, after the bye week. A lot. CMC potentially comes back from what I heard rumors. Debo, not Debo, but Juwan Jennings, his hip pointer, is day-to-day thing. It's not a week-to-week thing. So him missing 2 weeks. So hopefully he'll be back for the bye week. Who else? Dre Greenlaw comes back a few weeks after that for sure. There's a lot of – we lost some players for the rest of the year, yeah. But none of them are, I guess Ayuk, but Ayuk wasn't really contributing anyway. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think CMC coming back would really give the offense that oomph it needs, that energy it needs, that oomph, you know? Because CMC is his own man. Kyle Shanahan doesn't lock down CMC. Kyle Shanahan lets CMC do as he wants. He has freedom. Brock Purdy does not. He can't call audibles at the line. Brock Purdy can only do so much. CMC is that energy. He's the engine that keeps things going, not just because I think Brock Purdy's not good enough or I don't think Brock Purdy can't be a leader. I think that Brock Purdy's handcuffed where he can't be a leader. And while Kyle Shanahan lets CMC be the leader and having the leader back who has free reins can seriously make the offense significantly better. It can make the energy better, the cohesion better, the fire way higher. Way more ignited. Same thing for the defense. Once we get Dre Greenlaw back, everything I could actually admit might change. Because we all see what the defense is with Greenlaw and without Greenlaw. Without Greenlaw, this defense is flat. There's no cohesion. The D-line, linebacker, corners, and safeties are all separate entities almost. Without Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw is Spider-Man holding everything together. Holding the shit together, man. And Dre Greenlaw ended up tearing his ACL. Oh my God, I told my and then the boat fell apart. They run the ball like a million times. Dallas run defense is shit. I hope so. This is going to be a Mason game. I agree with that. Their run defense is ass. Their run defense was ass even when they had Parsons and Lawrence. Their defense was just, their run defense is ass all around. Okay? It's a big gap. All right, it's a pretty big gap, as the kids would say these days. Ayuk was a $30 million decoy. I know, dude. I know, bro. Without Greenlaw, we get Campbell. Enough. Yes. Honestly, enough with the Campbell experiment. I want to keep preaching this for a while. If Campbell is the worst linebacker in the league, let's say, and that's not a stretch. That's not a stretch at all. Okay. You might as well be playing D. Winters, Bethune, any linebacker. You might as well give them reps so they can get better because they're only going up from here, right? They're getting better. So more reps, live reps, will make them better. Campbell is not getting better, and he already sucks. So you might as well put him on special teams or whatever it is and keep him off the field and use him as an emergency linebacker. And I'm talking like the very last linebacker. Fuck education. This is what you get for signing with the Cowboys. I know, dude. I can't believe he chose the Cowboys over the 49ers, just in general. Just in general. It wasn't a money thing. I think he got the same contract or very little more. I can't believe he backed out. I actually like Kendricks. I don't think he's that bad. He's not doing very well with the Cowboys, but the Cowboys defense as a whole is just an issue. I like Kendricks. I thought that was a great signing until he bailed out. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he decided to go to a team. I understand that Kendricks would have been the second linebacker and that if Greenlaw came back, he would have been the third guy. I understand that Kendricks is the starter. He's the man in the linebacker room. But you have a better chance winning a Super Bowl with the 49ers at the time than you did the Cowboys, because Cowboys did nothing to get better. Signing you as a linebacker who's, let's be real, if you're real with yourself, you're not elite. You're not the top dog linebacker. Like, you'd think you'd want to be like, okay, let's reinforce the linebacker room I'll go into and dominate. You think he would do that? He knew he was going to play. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, he knew he was going to play more, but it's like, at what cost? Like, yeah, honestly, if I was Kendricks, and this may be because I'm a 49ers fan, but I feel like if anything, any moment I would look at the picture and be like, okay, the Cowboys didn't get any better, and they lost in the wild card round dominantly they got dominated belt to ass by the Packers. 49ers went to the Super Bowl and on paper got better. I can help them win the Super Bowl. I can get a Super Bowl. There's a better chance I'm going to win the Super Bowl. Just tells you your priorities, man. He just wanted to play more. That's it. He just wanted to play more. That's stupid. That's even worse. Not even because of more money. It's because he got to play more. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like, it's not like you weren't going to play, right? It's not like you weren't going to get any reps. Like, I understand if, like, we're paying you to be, like, the third depth linebacker behind Campbell or Winters, I would understand that. No, you were the second linebacker who got significant snaps. I understand that. Cowboys won't make the playoffs, Mark. I have been saying that. I said that before the year started, bro. I was like, there is no way, dude, that they're going to have this crazy season when they got significantly worse. It was like a little bit worse. They got significantly worse. There's no way. So you're right, Juan. I agree with you 110%, man. They're not making the playoffs. They are not making the playoffs. And until I see them play the Dallas Cowboys, not Dallas Cowboys, until I see them play the Giants, when do they play the Giants? Hold on. Cowboys versus Giants. Oh, be sure to like the live, guys. Helps me out a lot. Moves the channel along. Makes this channel grow more and more and more. But each like matters, y'all. Each like matters. Okay. The Cowboys beat the Giants 20-15. Their second rematch is going to be November 28th. They could be fourth in the division at some point, man. Cowboys will have a 9-8 record max. Eagles and Commies might make it. I agree. Eagles. I got the Eagles and Commanders being 1 and 2. I had that from the start, but I just don't know who's going to be top dog. It could be anyone. Really can. Has the Eagles? I don't think the Eagles have played the Commanders yet. I don't think they've played the Commanders. They play November 14th. So that's going to be a big game. That's going to be a big game. In my opinion, just like what you're saying, going off what you're saying there, that's going to be for the division. That's going to say a lot about the division. If the Commanders dominate the Eagles, man, I'm taking a victory lap. Just saying. So I had the Commanders being way better than the Cowboys this year. And it's working out. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I got to bounce. Thank you so much, Juan. You're awesome, man. Appreciate you helping Papa J carry the conversation. You're awesome, dude. Keep bang, bang, not a game, bro. Never stop believing. Never stop believing. Don't stop believing. Papa J, good to see you, man. Of course, enjoy the mountains. You know, the weekend, the weather's great. I hope the weather's great where you're at, but hope you enjoy yourself, man. As always, Scott Lacoste Jr., OG as well. One, I'm going to make you OG official. Scott, OG, Papa J, OG, and Sam Fam Gamer, OG as well, man. Thank you guys all for Supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. You guys are what make this channel go. Without you guys, this channel is nothing. So thank you so much for the love and support. Truly, from the bottom of my 49ers heart. From here to everyone, Later Scott, to everyone who watches this channel this live later. Sub if you like the content. Like not loser, but like the live if you like it. You know, it helps me out. It makes me feel good. When I see the number go up, boop, 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 and we hit double digits, I kind of cry in happiness. I'm not gonna lie. Like the live helps me out a lot. All love, fam. I will see you Sunday morning on the Wolfie and Poggy Show. Let's go.